Junior quarterback Chase Garbers. Appreciate everybody's timeliness. If you have a question for Chase, go ahead and just let me know in the chat. We'll go ahead and get started with Jake Curtis from Cal Sports Report.
Yeah, Chase, what's your feeling about not knowing whether you're going to play this week or not?
Well, it's kind of frustrating not knowing. I think that just goes about anything. But we're preparing as if we're playing. And hopefully we find out tomorrow. Hopefully it's good news too, so we can go down there to Tempe and play the Sun Devils.
Do you think it affects the intensity of practice at all?
No, not at all. Ever since we were told we were out certain players and we weren't playing Washington, the same intensity of practice is shown, and there's no skipping a beat at practice whatsoever.
One other thing, do you understand why the other game was canceled and why this one's in jeopardy?
Yeah, we have a general understanding. Obviously, there's a lot of questions that aren't being answered. So hopefully we can get those answered soon.
Thanks.
Okay, Jake. We'll move on to Chase Travers from Rivals.
Yeah, Chase, one thing I think we forgot to ask you about last week was you were named a captain. How did that feel to kind of have that recognition from your teammates?
It means a lot, honestly, to be voted captain by, all 100 players that we have is something truly special. And, obviously as a kid, you dream of. So it's truly a blessing to represent our group of guys.
Yeah. And in the case that you guys do end up playing this weekend, what have you seen from Arizona State in their defense? Did you get a chance to watch them play on Saturday?
Yeah, watched them a little bit. We practiced kind of during their game time, so we kind of got the first half of, live what they were looking like. Obviously, they're a very veteran team defensively. A lot of guys returning from last year. They got great coaches, Coach Edwards, Coach Pierce, and Coach Lewis, co-DCs at ASU. So there's an NFL aspect to their defense that you see. But they're very talented up front. They got a good group of linebackers. I think three-year starters for Darian Butler and Merlin Robinson. So they've played a lot of football in that system. So it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a gritty game. You're going to see a lot of 8 to 12 play drives, I think, just how their defense is structured. But ultimately, we're going to go down there with the purpose to win.
Yeah, and you guys aren't scheduled for one this year, at least yet. But what do you think about those 9 a.m. starts that they had last week?
It's definitely a shakeup. Playing in the Pac-12, we're used to the 7:30 after dark games. So at 9 a.m. Would definitely be a little bit different, I think, since I've been at Cal. I don't think we've had a home noon game, but, playing on the East Coast, we play at noon. So that's kind of a little like a 9 a.m. for us. But it'll be interesting to see if we get one this year. And obviously we've got to embrace it. So looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Emily Oman from the Daily Cal.
Hi, Chase. Thanks for taking the time. So I'm just curious what team chemistry has been like this week, as well as if you think you've experienced any particular challenges in preparing for ASU, also considering that there might be another cancellation.
I would say the only challenge is just not knowing. But, when it comes to practice and, who we are as a team, there really hasn't been a challenge in the way we kind of group together and the way we practice. And we've treated this week as if we're playing this week. And, that's what we intend to do. Hopefully we find some good news out tomorrow. So practice has been the same, nothing really new. We're just missing some players, but that's about it.
Just to follow that up, I'm curious what you think your strength or maybe the team strength in general is, like what the biggest asset you guys have against ASU might be.
Well, we have some offensively, I could speak for the offense, but, we have weapons on the outside. Last year, we kind of got up on them early through the pass game. I think our run game will mesh really well with what they do defensively. So I think all around offensively, we'll be pretty solid against them. Defensively, we've got a great group of DBs. Corndang's a smart linebacker. I go against him every day in practice. So I know what he brings to the table. So I think overall as a team, it's a good matchup this week.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay, if you do have another question for Chase, let me know in the chat shortly. Otherwise, we'll let him go quietly tonight. All right, final chance, guys. All right, Chase.